Hi, Jonathan. How are
Hi,
you?
Josh, good. How are you, man?
Yeah, doing great, thank you, and awesome to speak to you. And this is such a fun
Likewise.
role, and such a lovely movie as well. But what was it that drew you to the project? Is something I'd love to know.
I needed a job. No, Kevin James called me. I was friends with him, and I became friends with him a few years ago. And he gave me a call. He's like, "Hey, I think I got a movie for us." And I said, "Awesome. Whatever it is, I'm in because it's Kevin James and he's a legend." And then I got on a call with him and the Kinane brothers, or two of the eight Kinane brothers. Dan and Chuck were directing, and maybe one of the writers, Pat, I think, was on the call as well. And we just started talking about the story, and I just fell in love with the character. I'm like, yeah, of course. And they gave me such freedom to just bring my own humanity and bring ideas and into the script, into the character. And then as we got closer and we started filming, letting us run with the improvs between me and Kim Coates, who plays Julian, and Kevin, who plays Matt. And so it was just this awesome ensemble. And then the women are so good in this as well. Julie Serta, Julianne Emery, and Allison Hannigan, and we were given carte blanche to just have a blast.
That's awesome. And you mentioned the friendship there, and that friendship, that three-way friendship with obviously Kim and Kevin's characters, so much fun. I imagine those days on set for you must have been hard to keep a straight face sometimes.
Oh yeah, I mean, Kevin and Kim. I mean, Kim is to me like I knew Kevin was funny going into this. I'd never worked with Kim before, um, and uh, and he's hilarious. Like he's known for playing all these dark, kind of grisly characters, but he is absolutely hilarious. I look at him and he just those big blue eyes, just kind of and a twist of a head or an expression. You're just on the floor. I'm like, this is amazing. Like this is what a gift this is. So it was really a treat for me to get to play with these guys. They're just absolute top class.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, you mentioned Julie as well, and I love that dynamic between Neil and her character. And it's so weird and just so funny and so charming. But how was
It is
it to work
quirky.
with her?
This is
Yeah,
true. Yeah, their arrangement as a married couple and how they got to be married. I won't give anything away. It is very quirky, but it is born out of love and passion. And yeah, I think Neil wears his heart on his sleeve a bit, and he means well and he leads with his best intentions.
for sure. And you get obviously shooting this film in Italy. You're in some stunning surroundings. I mean, how was that? Does that obviously help with your performance, but at the same time, just a treat to be somewhere like that to tell a story like this?
It was really difficult because we just wanted to have coffee and eat pastries and eat pasta like all the time. Like, oh wait, we gotta work. Okay, let's try to work. Oh wait, we can eat pasta in the scene. Okay, great. Let's do that. We can have coffee in the scene. Okay, great. So let's just kill two birds with one stone. It was it was kind of how you would imagine it to be. Just the hours are a little longer, than an average workday for most people. But yeah, I mean, it was a delight. It was a delight. It was one of my favorite film cinema experiences, in my career thus far. It's been great.
Oh, that's fantastic. And on a comedy like this one, do you get a lot of room for improvisation? There's that great scene with Neil drunkenly singing, and early on in the film, but do you get to play around with scenes like that in the moment? And was that a lot of
Oh
fun for you? If
yeah.
so?
Yeah, I mean that was part of the whole approach going into this, was just have fun with it. Dan, one of our directors, would say that he made it really easy where they would just set up the camera and just like just do your thing, and we would just shoot a scene. And like if we would do usually we'd do a couple of takes to the script, and then they're like, all right, now throw it away, just have fun, do one for you guys, and just see where it went. And I think half the time they would use the improv, over the scripted take, and so it was I mean, who doesn't want to work like that? But when you have to know that you trust your directors and you trust the talent on the other side of the scene to be able to carry you through that. And I couldn't have been in better hands than with Kim and Kevin and Julie and Allison. It was a treat.
Yeah, for sure. And you mentioned obviously you've been friends with Kevin for a while, and I know this project means a lot to him. And he is obviously such a great comic actor. And we see that
Mm.
here, but obviously some drama too. So even
Oh
last
yeah.
night, just showing up on the Tonight Show, lending him that support. Is it been fun for you to do that? I love that clip, by
Oh,
the way. That was
it's been thank you. No, it's a blast. Like, yeah, I love the man. He's a good friend, a dear friend, and any way I can support him, because he has just such a generous heart, and he's so talented, and so anything he would want me to do, I would pretty much do sight unseen, more or less. So just we'll talk first, Kevin, if you got some weird ideas, but for the most part, this if this is an indication of what it's like to work with him, like count me in.
That's amazing. And I'm a big superhero movie fan, but I think it's so important for movies like this one to be seen in theaters. And I
Yeah.
know Angel Studios, they do such a great job with, paying it forward and getting people to see movies. So what does that mean for you as an actor, to come on a project like this and to really prioritize that theatrical experience?
Well, I mean, I think Angel, when it comes to theatrical distribution and theatrical experiences, Angel gets it. Like they understand the power of cinema. They understand the power of the collective communal, viewing experience and what that means and how important theaters are for entertainment and as an art and how people need to, like, in an age where we're all individually scrolling on our phones, like you have to put your phone away to see it. If you were watching this on streaming at home, like how many distractions do we go through? Every other minute we're distracted by a text or a DM or something. Like you have to see this on the big screen because it's I mean, think you there are things that you won't pick up on a small screen, and you have, if you're keyed into the story and you're hearing other people around you laugh and cry and gasp because there's a few plot twists in this romantic comedy, which is not the usual thing, which is why I think people will really love the film. Um, if you're not watching it that way, you're missing the whole experience, and also that that feeling of community. Like we need that so much because we've been so isolated and drawn into this singleness of just being alone on our phones and scrolling. So this is the perfect antidote to doom scrolling.
Absolutely. I could not agree more, Jonathan. It's been such a pleasure. This is a great performance from you in a really fantastic movie, and it's been lovely
Thanks,
speaking
brother.
to you. So thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. Likewise. Thank you so much.